Hey everyone, welcome in, and today we're talking about all things microphones. I just got a brand new one here. What do you think of it? It sounds pretty good, don't you think? Oh, you thought I was talking about the shoe. I was just checking it out. You're listening to me right now on this little tiny microphone right here. The thing is, I'm pretty ignorant when it comes to sound quality. Now, I'm not so ignorant that I can't tell the difference between a microphone and a boot that goes on my foot, but I don't have a long history of being a sound engineer or just being wildly good at sound and hearing really good sound. Now, I know what really, really bad sound sounds like, but for years I've tried to really streamline my sound setup because at the end of the day, I want my sound to be three things. I want it to be easy. I want it to be relatively inexpensive, so I don't want to have like multi-$1,000 microphones to be necessary. And then, of course, the third thing is we want it to sound great. And so in today's video, I am going to share with you all the different types of microphones you could be using. I'm going to give you an audio sample of the different types and talk about how if this little tiny microphone right here can replace all of them for less than $100. Let's get into it. So I was going through my audio bin here recently and realized that I've gotten quite the collection of microphones. And what's the point of having like 7 different microphones? Typically don't use more than one at a time. And so I really wanted to once and for all figure out my audio situation and then share it with you all. And really what happened was I was making a video recently for Piano in 21 Days, and I used one of my fancy lapel mics for that video. This microphone right here, this little bitty microphone, cost $400. And so because of the price tag, I just assumed it was amazing audio quality. And when I would listen back, I didn't notice it was terrible quality, so I just kind of thought it was amazing. But my team was like, hey, Jacques, that's a good video, but your audio, it's not very good. Can we do better? And so it got me thinking that I really wanted to nail it down once and for all. Now, in this video, I am not going to be using technical audio sound engineer terms, right? This big microphone right now, there's probably some fancy name for it. I'm going to call this a podcast mic, right? I know that these little microphones are lapel mics. I don't even know what you call this, a clip-on microphone. I don't know. I'm going to use regular everyday language. And I've already told you, I'm fairly ignorant when it comes to microphones, but together, we're going to go through this and talk about what is going to best fulfill those requirements. Being easy, being relatively inexpensive, and just sounding great. So here's what I have. Most of you probably know I have a podcast. I've had it for like 8 years. And so I knew I needed like a fancy podcast microphone. And so that's what this is. It's on this nice arm. This is called an RE320. I've had it for many, many years. And I, of course, love the way it sounds, but it is a bit bulky on camera. And so many years ago when I was doing YouTube videos and didn't want to have this thing on camera, that's when I started investing in lapel microphones. So what I did was I bought this little Sennheiser wireless microphone system to make it really easy to just throw this end in my pocket, and then I could run the lapel microphone underneath my shirt and then clip it on right here. And to me, if you're not going to have that big podcast microphone, this was like the very next best thing for being minimal for YouTube videos where you didn't need that big thing in your way. But it turns out maybe it's not as good as I was thinking. And so this lapel mic right here is the one that came with this Sennheiser wireless system. I think this whole kit was $300 or $400, including the microphone, but I wanted even better audio. So I went and bought that $400 lapel microphone that I could also plug into my Sennheiser system. And this is the one I've been using, but recently noticed because of my team that maybe it's not as good as I was expecting. So I've got these 2 lapel mics. I also have what's called a boom mic. So this is the type of mic that you put off the shot. A lot of people will attach it to their camera itself. And so we'll test this one as well. But then a couple years ago, DJI came up with this really, really cool kit where it is a wireless system that you can just clip on to anywhere. You see sometimes influencer like putting it on their hat like this. And then there's a wireless receiver. And this whole kit's like $300 or $400 itself, but the audio quality is really good. And it's just really versatile and easy because you can clip this thing on anywhere. So I've used that in several videos as well. But then this little guy came out. And it's the same concept as the DJI, but it's a smaller form factor. It's still got the receiver and the 2 microphones, but it's just smaller. It's easier to be more discreet with it. And does it sound as good? Oh, and it's also a lot cheaper than the DJI. This thing you can get for less than $100. So obviously I've been using this little one for the whole video so far, But now it's time to test. We're going to do a test. I'm going to say the same exact thing into all of my microphones so you can hear the difference between all of them and you can judge for yourself which one might be the best for you. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. All right, so now that this one's kind of up here, I might do another test down here as well so that there's no bias with the microphone like pointing down. Maybe that wasn't a fair test. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. All right, so I just listened to everything, and I think first and foremost, we can throw out the boom mic. At least this, kind of cheap Rode boom mic. You can buy a boom mic for $1,000 or $2,000 that I'm sure sounds significantly better. And maybe one day I have that like attached to my ceiling, and I don't have to worry about any of these physical mics attaching to me or whatever. But that boom mic just sounded very hollow, very echoey, like I was in a cave, and there's a reason I've hardly ever used it. I think both lapel mics left a little too much to be desired, especially considering it's a little bit of work to get them set up, run them under close, and then you still see them on camera for not having just pristine audio. So then that leaves kind of the two clip-ons. One is 3 or 4 times more expensive than the other, and I would say they're pretty comparable and not worth the extra money for the DJI. Plus, it's got the extra bulk too. I'm just so amazed by how little this little Hollyland Lark is. And then of course there's the podcast microphone, which one? That one. And that's why I use it for my podcast. And sometimes it will appear in my videos as well. But look, based on that test, here's what I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of all of these microphones except for my nice big podcast microphone and this new Hollyland Lark. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the big microphone when I'm podcasting and pretty much use this thing anywhere else. It's just so portable, it's so flexible, and very clearly fits these 3 requirements I was looking for. It's easy. I mean, look at this thing. It's got a magnet on the back. You can clip it on anywhere. I'm sure there's a good way to like hide it. It comes with stickers in case you want to cover up their logo. The charge lasts a really long time. It comes with 2 of them so that if you run out of charge on one, you can use the other one. Or if you have 2 people on camera, you're doing an interview or something like that. I'm just waving around this microphone. I don't even know if you can hear it while I'm doing that. It's less than $100, and I think it sounds pretty great overall. Not quite as good as my podcast microphone, but not much will, because this is a big, beefy podcast microphone. All right, so at this point, I've been using the Hollyland Lark for about a month now, and it has vastly exceeded my expectations. I've got all the other microphones that I've collected over the years, other than my podcast microphone, listed on eBay. I mean, it's probably $1,000 worth of microphone equipment that I've just been holding on to unnecessarily, and I'm just so thrilled with this Hollyland Lark. And so if you are looking for similar things out of audio that I am, easy to use, sounds really good and pretty inexpensive, then I would certainly invite you to check this out as well. It comes with some stickers that you can put on in case you don't want to advertise their logo in all of your videos. So I've got just a black sticker on this one right here. You have some fun little emojis and whatnot. I just don't think I'm cool enough for that. Maybe not just yet anyway, but I've been absolutely thrilled, and I would highly encourage you to check it out as well. I've included an Amazon link in the description to this exact microphone set in case you want to check it out for yourself. And if you enjoyed this microphone video, then maybe you want to learn a little bit about video next from a non-video guy and how to easily get a nice blurry background behind you, then check out this video next. I'll see you there.